Well, welcome back to another edition of 42nd Street Pete's Grindhouse, and unfortunately, another passing. I don't know if anybody's going to remember this, but I'll just show you his book. The Sheikh of Baghdad here. Maybe you'll recognize this guy, maybe you won't. This is Adnan El-Kassai, who basically he was a childhood friend of Saddam Hussein and had a book out of the country for fear of him being killed. I don't know if this book is still available, but he came to the States and he was a wrestler and he was picked up by the WWF. And he was partnered with Chief Jay Strongbow as an Indian, Billy White Wolf. He was Chief Billy White Wolf from Oklahoma. Not that Chief Jay Strongbow was a sterling, real American Indian himself, because Chief Jay Strongbow's real name was Joe Scarpa. He was an Italian guy from Patterson. The thing was, I think that Vince McMahon Sr. wanted a resident Indian on his staff, and had already approached Wahoo McDaniel, but for whatever reason they didn't want to use Wahoo, so they decided to create an Indian, Chief Jay Strongbow. But anyway, he resurfaced in the AWA, American Wrestling Alliance, as Sheikh Adnan El-Kassai, and had the Sheiks Crusher Blackwell and Ken Patera as his stable. Well, when we got into the Gulf War, I think, and I'm not exactly 100% sure on this, he showed up in the WWE as General Adnan, and it turned Sergeant Slaughter bad guy. And there was so much heat on this, because this was going to a WrestleMania, that it was supposed to be outside in an outdoor stadium. Well, there were so many fucking death threats made on Slaughter and other guys that they basically had to put it indoors. And it really didn't help Slaughter's career or anybody's career. As a matter of fact, even though Slaughter had feuds with, Adnan and the Iron Sheik, they were all buddies behind the scenes. The Iron Sheik actually worked for Slaughter's father on his roofing company while he was out in AWA. So it's interesting the way things turn out, but Adnan was 84 years old and passed away last week, and may he rest in peace. He was a good wrestler, a great performer, and drew a lot of heat. Somebody was reminding me of something. We're wandering around 42nd Street in the waning days, and we saw this movie playing called Crocodile. Let me bring in my friend here, Gatorhead. This is Gatorhead. I don't know who did this, but somebody sent this to me. I don't really condone doing shit like this, but it's actually safer than having a real fucking alligator. But anyway, this Crocodile, I think, was 79 or 80, whatever the fuck it was. Had a great poster, this giant fucking creature thrashing around, eating people and stuff like that. So I think it was me and Big Al, and Big Al knew I was a fucking mark for this shit, because I am a mark for Reptile on the Rampage films. So we go in and we see this thing. Well, first off, it made very little sense, because it was either a volcano, an atomic explosion, whatever the fuck, that unleashed this creature, which is sometimes, in some scenes, Godzilla-sized, and other times not so much. Also, there's pieces of another film spliced in, and the print we saw had a lot of splices and actually fucking broke when we were seeing it. So, again, it makes sometimes no sense the way it was shot. Real Crocs were used, a rear projected one, and then I guess an obviously fake one or something. But the fucking film's all over the road, and it was probably released, I don't know, went to home video real quick. And here's the thing. That and Dawn of the Mummy were released on Thorn EMI video in those hard MRA cases. Now, I didn't see Dawn of the Mummy on 42nd Street, but I know it played there maybe for a week, probably the same as Crocodile. Maybe it just did its theatrical fucking thing for a week and then got pulled and then went right out the video, which is strange. But then the thing sort of found a home on VCI, again, no big whoop, then it disappeared. Well, it looks like our buddies at Synapse decided to take a turd and try to shine it. And they got it in some kind of weird slipcover thing where there's a lot of different artwork on the front. And the selling point is some kind of nude artwork on the back of the cover, which I saw, which doesn't make any fucking sense. Which also else doesn't make any fucking sense is the price of $40-something for this thing. It's not a good movie. You can't shine shit, and that's obviously what they're trying to do, and that's what they always try to do, and they always try to get more money than the damn film's worth. But, you know, like I said, I'm a mark for certain things, and I did go in and did see this thing on the big screen and was like, holy shit, this is really fucking bad. And seeing it on a videotape and also a regular DVD didn't allay my fucking opinion that it's really fucking bad, but for some reason I just get a weird fucking kick out of watching this stupid thing. So if anybody wanted to send me a gift, because Saturday the 16th is my birthday, there you go. If you want to blow $42 on this piece of shit to send me just so I can say, hey, I got another copy of it, fine. But anyway, that's our show. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for subscribing, and we will catch you on the flip side.